Hey everyone, it's Teacher Jill again. This is more about the Outschool application process. So again, if you are looking to apply and you want to click the link below, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Just in the interest of transparency, I do get a $50 bonus if you complete all the steps and start teaching classes. So um, here's your requirements. You need to be at least 18 years old and need to reside in any of the 50 states, Mexico, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Spain, or the UK for at least 6 months of the year. Um, it says the US territories do not apply at this time. So you have to have the ability to receive PayPal payments. That is how they pay. They pay weekly on Sundays. You must have one or more expertise or passion that you will base your classes around. And you must meet the community standards, including prompt professional communication with families and the Outschool team. And as I'm reading that, I'm realizing I haven't responded to a parent, and I had that thought earlier today when I could not email her back. So I'm writing that down right now to email. So yeah, sometimes it's like you're setting up logistics with people and it just you don't always remember to respond with to things, which is just ridiculous on my end. I need to be better about that. You have to have reliable and fast internet connection. You have to make sure that your classes are secular and objective, okay? And you have to know how to operate Zoom, okay, things like that. And you have to verify your identity and pass a criminal background check, okay? Because you are working with minors and that, of course, you're going to have to be able to pass those. Now, I mentioned earlier about like not being quite sure about like the teaching specifics here, and I apologize. I think I misspoke in my video about like all about teaching for Outschool. So it doesn't really look like you need to have any kind of like teaching license. You just have to have a subject that you're really passionate about, which I think is awesome. So, because certainly people who have worked in the engineering field for years and years and don't have a teaching license, they could tell students how to become engineers and like projects they could do and things like that. So, yeah, I think that's incredible. So, the, once you go through that, you have to complete, it says required professional learning. So basically, you're reviewing their videos for content policies, safety and privacy, and things like that. Again, safety and privacy, more often than not, um, it's a non-issue. So they do ask that there's one learner, like that every learner sign up. Um, like two siblings can't take under one learner's name. So that's one of their sticking points, which I definitely agree. And that's one I've had to address with people before. Like I see that sister's in the class, but brother can't join unless he is signed up too. Um, and also like safety, like adults can't be on the screen. If they're helping and things like that, then that's different, but you can like stop the video if there's an adult nearby. So just keeping that in mind too. Um, so you'll have a public teacher profile. It does help if you create like short videos talking about your class or you as a teacher. In all honesty, I haven't done a lot of those videos. I should, which is funny because I make them for this, but I haven't made them for those classes. And then you can create your first class. So anytime I list a class, almost always the standards for like the standards review will have some suggestions. So don't feel discouraged about that. All right. And also part of your application process. Now, this is the big one that I haven't talked about yet is you're gonna have to like teach your passion, like submit like a very short demo about your passionate like your subject, okay, what you're passionate about. And a lot of people don't get accepted on the first video submission. That's not unusual, okay? I was accepted on my first one because I did a science, again, I teach high school science. Like that's what I'm certified to teach is high school biology and chemistry. And so I did one about like a science topic and I feel like a lot of people don't question like science teachers about things. I'm not sure why, but they just don't. Um, That's personally how I feel. I don't know that that's the truth. But that's just kind of how I've felt in my profession. So yeah, I was accepted on the first try, which, that was awesome. And I think it took me a while to kind of like get it up and running because again, you have to build your classes, you have to build your content. Google Slides, it's a great resource. It's very easy. All of my classes I teach are on Google Slides, with the exception of the ones that I taught when I was in the classroom. Because again, for my semester classes that where I taught high school science, I use like my old material. So if you taught in the classroom for forever and you have tons of PowerPoint slides that you've used, use them, right? You don't have to start from scratch. If this is a presentation that you've given to other people and you think you could tweak it to fit like high school kids, middle school kids, use it, right? Like don't kill yourself trying to like get classes on and listed. And also don't be shocked if it doesn't immediately happen. You're probably not going to list a class and have 30 kids join it. You're probably going to list a class 6 weeks out and maybe have one or two, right? And you're going to be like, what is this? It takes time. It really does. Like it's slow going. And where I want to be on Outschool, like you might think, I want to clear $10,000 a month. That's awesome. That's great. Plenty of people do that, by the way. That's not my goal. Like my goal is to have a like I'd say I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not. I'm a work from home mom because I have to teach a lot to help supplement things with my kids and, send them to school and things like that. And that is totally fine. I'm their mom. That's my job, right? So I'm definitely a work from home mom, but I'm really happy that I get to be home during the day with my youngest two kids. And then I can work on the off hours when my husband's home and I can still help my family bring in an extra income. And Outschool has really made that possible. So, yeah, I mean, people post insane pay stubs from Outschool that, I mean, they clear in the five figures every month. It's very doable. It's not probably realistic for your first year of Outschool. It takes time. Mine is very consistent now. Like it ebbs and flows just like everything else. You know how the year goes, right? December, January, there's a lot of holidays going on. So, I closed down classes during that time because we're pretty busy. Same thing for May. Who voted to put all the things in May, right? Mother's Day, I never teach on Mother's Day. I usually teach Sunday afternoons. That's why I'm including this one. I usually don't do Mother's Day. There's almost always a graduation Sunday that I have to close down, right? Not to mention Memorial Day. Like there's all these things going on. So some, and last year, I'm an Orthodox Christian, our Easter was in May. So that was another that was another thing that I had to like I don't think I taught at all last May. Um so yeah, some months it's like, man, just I'm not even getting to teach this month. But it again, it ebbs and it flows. And that is totally fine. Like I was looking at my April pay versus my May so far. Man, it like my April was like so skinny compared to May, but again, April was it was Easter, it was like all the things happening. That my birthday was in, I turned 40 last month, so it was on one of the days where I teach. I was like, I'm not teaching that day, right? I'm not teaching that day. That's a lot to process in a day. Um, so anyways, yeah, just it ebbs and flows. A lot goes on. So don't beat yourself up. Now, if you need to make money now, just apply for all the things, right? I'm not saying build all the classes in Outschool because you're not maximizing your time for your earnings, but I'm saying like apply with other companies, be interviewing regularly, right? And even practice your teaching regularly because I know it's hard right now. Things are very expensive. Things are very expensive. So I understand. I'm right there with you guys. My husband's a teacher. I teach from home, right? We're not like high income family by any means, and that is okay. Like we don't live like we're a high income family, so it's fine, right? We're all right. So I hope this encourages you to apply. I think it is definitely worth doing. even at this point in the game, because a lot of people are quit out school or they give up, and there's kind of a revolving door there. And again, like I see new students all the time. Like I get parents asking me questions all the time, and they're very clearly new to Outschool. All right. So don't be afraid. Like there are kids out there waiting to be in your classroom. All right. I hope this helps. And if it did and you haven't applied yet, please use my link below. And if you need any help, you can reach out on this channel and I will get back to you. Okay. I've got it to where I can see when people are interacting now. So, all right. Best of luck, y'all. Bye.